You mean the baby's halfway out and you want to kill it?
Yeah. Welcome everybody to this episode of Just Kidding, where we come in and solve the world's problems. But you know who's listening? What, 20 of you? Today, we have. If you want to do, if I'm allowed to do introductions, I am Juan, the J in Just Kidding, and we have Chris, the K in Just Kidding. We have Lalo, who's the E in Just Kidding, and we've already explained this why. And also, because Saulo is out, who's the S in Just Kidding, we have David filling in for him, who's
the D.
Yeah.
The D? Yeah. I guess I'll be the D.
We brought the D today, you know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. Say hi, David.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, you know what? This is the guy that we've had you on the podcast before. So anybody who's listened before knows who David is. He's the gun guy. We're gonna brand you the gun guy.
You know that works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah. I'll be all right. I'll make it.
Yeah.
Next week.
Would you prefer the gun guy or the Second Amendment guy?
Oh, whatever. Don't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter.
D's good.
Yeah, D's good. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it doesn't matter because we're gonna call you D from now on. But yeah.
Next week he comes back. Hey guys, just call me David.
Yeah.
Just call me David. After all the emails.
Yeah. But yes, welcome everybody. It's been a while since we've actually had anything going on, really, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to take over and fucking be the guy that's just gonna take over the mic and stuff. What's going on with you guys? You know, what's going on with you guys? Chris?
Fuck, man. Same shit. Oh
my god, it's overwhelming. Lalo?
Well,
oh my god, it's overwhelming. Chris, back to you.
Well, wait. So we got the gun guy, and we had a really great discussion about guns. But bro, there's a lot of
we got.
I don't know how many since we had that podcast.
We got a lot of hate mail from that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we did.
Exactly one comment.
Yeah. Let me read you some of the hate mail.
Let's filter some of those out. I don't know if we can handle all of them.
J.E.S from San Jose. What? That's all he said.
What did I just watch?
That was from me. Nah, dude. But honestly, it's good to have you back on the podcast, dude.
Thank you.
I actually enjoyed that a lot because, like I said, and I say this all the time, it's good to have discussion, man. Even if we don't agree, I don't agree with everything.
Right.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? Did we fucking come to like blows at the end of this shit?
Of course
you know
not.
what I mean? Like, no. I mean, Chris.
There's a reason why Saulo's not here right now.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that we can have a discussion. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? This is what your beliefs is. These are what my beliefs are. You know, and all this shit. But what did you take away from that, dude?
What did I take away from that? It's been a few weeks. Let's see. Let's get back to that. Let me think about that.
Obviously, you put a lot of thought in that. Chris, what was your takeaway from that? This is like the follow-up show. And by the way, people that are listening to this, whether it's on YouTube, because I think right now we're only on like YouTube.
We're only on audio mode.
Yeah, man. I mean, we'll figure that all out and stuff. But if you guys want to like send us questions, concerns, I would love hate mail. Can I handle all the hate mail? That'd be great.
And we accept sponsorship. Trust me.
Yeah.
As soon as we get sponsorship, we could do this shit live.
Bro, I would love to handle all the hate mail, the questions and stuff. Just like, what the fuck were you guys? I would love that. Yeah. Because you know why? That would mean people are listening, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, so it depends on who sponsors us. But if Ruger sponsors us, I'm pro gun right now. So it's fine.
You fucking whore.
Yeah. After all that shit, I mean, was that before or after the Gilroy thing?
That was after.
It was after.
For the people who are listening right now, so our last podcast, we talked about guns. Sadly enough, the next day,
right?
We had. Was it the Gilroy one?
No,
the Dayton one.
The Dayton one. No, El Paso.
Oh, El Paso.
And then on
I think it was the Dayton one, dude, because I think Paso happened and then the Dayton one.
Well, the point is they all happened right away. The point is we made a podcast and we were talking about the Gilroy shooting. The next morning after we recorded our podcast, we had either the Dayton or the El Paso. But the point is it happened right the day after when we were talking about exactly that.
Do you think this is the new norm of society now?
Yes.
Do you think this is, to me, I feel like this is society expressing some kind of.
Well, we have the devil in the room. Let's ask him, David. What's going on?
Explain yourself.
Do I think
Explain yourself?
Do I think this is the new norm? No, I don't think so. I mean, what I think is going on is just a bunch of copycats. I mean, there's a reason. Yeah. There's a reason why the news doesn't report on suicides, because they think that all it does is it prompts copycats. So this is obviously the same thing. Or in my opinion, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Sweet mother of God. I just want to say this, not to break the conversation for you guys who are listening to us. We're actually doing this podcast as we're watching porno.
we were going to leave that ambiguous, but you know,
I'm not lying. We're actually
there's amazing shit going on in the background, and we're actually the challenge today is to keep concentration, and I'm already losing people.
But anyways.
But you know what? We want to keep it light here. I mean, we're obviously talking about a serious situation with stuff going on in the background. But David, your thoughts
on the shootings?
Not the porno.
No, life.
We've moved on past that. We
moved on.
Life in general. There's.
Hold on. You were supposed to collect yourself from the last podcast, and you said. Oh, concentrate. Hey, look at me.
I don't want to.
you said it come back to you. And what did you learn since the last podcast? That's her butt.
What have I learned since the last podcast?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't changed my position on anything.
Obviously, because goddamn, we talked about child death. The last time you're like, that doesn't change my mind for shit.
No, I think I don't want to make this whole podcast.
Yeah. Let's not make this whole podcast about guns because
we'll never end.
We'll never end. Yeah.
I personally have questions, but it's pointless. We're not gonna change the world. We're here to have fun. Yeah. Watch porno for the first time, which God.
This is the first time I ever watched this.
This is not the first time I watched that.
No, the first
this time. This is my first time.
The first time as we're podcasting.
If I break focus,
everyone's hugging.
I didn't know they made stuff like this before because I've never been exposed to such a thing.
I know that.
Do these people get paid?
Oh, they're getting paid more than me.
Well, the women are. The dudes don't get paid that much.
The guys, not so much.
I don't. The point is. There's more than one person there that's making more than I do.
Yeah. We're doing that.
That bitch probably make more money than I do in one day than I do in 1 year.
Anyways, what's going on with you
Let's
guys?
talk about Saulo. He's not here.
Yeah, if anybody has a question of why Saulo's here, it's a sex change. It's definitely sex change. And if anybody has anything else to say, they're liars.
I'm gonna be honest. He has terminal diarrhea. Let's keep it real, dude. Terminal diarrhea is just like, you know what?
Chris, what is your diagnosis?
I'll let that fucking guy explain himself.
Oh, come on.
Explosive herpes? I don't
know. Yeah.
Should have taken that Valtrex.
Dude,
No, Juan, tell us. Sorry, you were my contact. You told me what was going on. Like, hey, go ahead.
That's not a funny story.
No. Let's keep it.
Why would I keep it honest here? And
let's roast him.
He's like, my penis is very distracting, and I need to chop it off. That's what happened. And I said, Lalo, let's go to the hospital. This fool finally made the decision. That's what happened.
He's
I don't use it for anything, so
I don't use it for anything. I don't want it. It's just in the way. I can buy different pants now, different underwear, and all that shit. You know?
I'm just super curious to hear what his stance is with all the healthcare. Because the last discussion, we talked about this earlier, where he was so against the idea of social medicine. He's the first one that goes like, fuck, this bill's going to suck.
Oh, well.
Damn.
He's going to be like that chick right there.
It's fucking sucking.
Trying to pay out that medical bill. But you know what? We're wishing the S in our just the best. Because this fool went through some sort of intestinal infection, and we're wishing him the best, dude. Motherfucker, I talk a lot of shit. He's our podcast mascot. He's our podcast mascot, and you know, you want the best for your pets.
Yeah.
So, you know, so
I brought him some Get Well flour tortillas.
Dick. He was a dick.
I went in there just like a real Mexican and just started like yelling at her. Así te quería ver, güey.
Yeah, and I asked Lala, like, he comes into the hospital. He's all, I'm like, where are you at? He's all, I was at home getting drunk. And this
No, honestly, I was at home. I had already a couple of beers, trying to have a good time, and these guys text me. Saulo's at the hospital. I'm like, fuck, I gotta sober up now. Fuck. So I just get pounding
So
water.
why would he do this to me?
Right, my day off. Why?
Yeah.
No, but I showed up and I walk into because he was sharing a room, right? I walk in and I see Juan, hey, what's up? And I see Saulo fucking lay in the bed, and I told him like, así te quería ver, güey. This is exactly how I wanted to find you.
It's funny, dude. He, like, you know, you got two people in the room and stuff, and as I'm in there like visiting with him, I'm fucking making him laugh and shit, and fucking you hear the fucking other guy's machine go dee, and I'm like, this fool just fucking died right now or some shit, right? And he's like, nah, that shit's normal, dude, don't even trip, like his machine's just fucking breaking down or whatever and stuff, right? But at one point he was like, dude, he's like, I'm sitting there fucking going, this is Saulo telling me, he goes, dude, I'm sitting there going, I have a lot of pain right now. Can you give me something? Because my fever's up and this and that. And they're like, we can't give you anything. And he's like, dude, give me something. Could you give me a fucking Tylenol? Like, I'm in fucking pain. My fever's going up. Either give me something to fucking lower my fever or whatever. And she's like, I can't give you anything and stuff, right? And he's like, all of a sudden I hear my machine go, dee. He's like, ya me morí. I died. I think I just died right now. And this bitch won't give me even the Tylenol. You know, Saulo being Saulo, like, this motherfucker will be in his episode talking shit and making us laugh, dude. I was looking.
Well, I guess when they were rolling him up, so they were pulling another person out of another room. And it was covered, so you can't see. But there's like, he's like, that's a body, right? Fuck. you're putting me.
He was like, because the other person is right there in his bed. He's got to pass the other person to go to the bathroom. And he's like, dude, he goes, I go to the bathroom, and this motherfucker must just see me and just, y esta bestia que, like, this fucking beast, what the fuck are they putting me next to? You know, like, this motherfucker just has jokes till the day he dies. I swear, we're gonna see him in his fucking deathbed, and he's still gonna have jokes for us.
Yeah. He's gonna come back just for like.
I'm telling you, we have told him, all of us, I think at some point have told him, you should do stand-up comedy because just your personality, man. We've always told him, and Chris, I mean, you can attest to this. Like, we've always told Saulo, dude, you should fucking do a comedy, dude.
I've never met a more natural comedian.
Like, yeah, man. But the thing is that he's got to be in a very comfortable state, and I think the problem with that is that he doesn't feel comfortable when somebody tells him, be funny.
Yeah.
You know, he's more naturally funny, you know, which I think he could work up a routine. I believe he can. And I know, Chris, I know you think he can, because Chris and I have been to like amateur stand-up nights, and we've actually seen people, and we go, I understand why I didn't enjoy that, or why I did enjoy that, you know?
Yeah.
And there's, I mean, I've been out on fucking on open mic nights with you, and we'll sit there and we go, this person wasn't funny, or was funny because of this, or because he wasn't that, you know. I mean, Chris has a fascination with that. I'm sure Chris.
Well, no, some people have it, some people don't, kind of thing. Some people, man, you can acquire charisma, the talent. You know? But with Saulo, I feel like I've never met a more natural comedian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like I hope what we do here gives him some like confidence in a forum to kind of express those muscles. So I don't know. He's a funny guy.
I mean, he's a funny motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He should try to go, because I know in downtown there's a bar called Caravan, and I don't. Maybe they still do it, but every Wednesday night was open mic. I think for Saulo at first, as his first couple of times, he needs to have somebody else there to bounce off. Yeah. And just kind of like build it up.
So we should go, all of us, and just talk shit and just have him heckle back.
Dude, he has so much material. He could, like, recently,
I thought that's what this podcast is.
We just, as soon as he gets up, boo!
Boo! Dude, he could talk
I don't like you.
He could talk about his hospital experience, which is very fresh. He could talk shit about us at the podcast. By the way, guys, I don't know you guys, but are you guys in a podcast? I'm in a stupid ass podcast, and go off on that and go into like Sergio and like you guys is crazy nice. It's just moving on to one topic, connections.
Mm-hmm. I think Mike could do it too.
He's like he has a fear of failure. I think in the sense that
which is there's been times thing.
There's been times we've been out to a fucking karaoke bar. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna sound like shit right now.
Yeah.
And I've been up there. I sound stupid. I sound ridiculous. I go up there and I make a fool of myself singing this stupid ass song nobody's gonna fuck about, whatever. But he's like,
But why do you always pick Britney Spears, dude?
well, because she's the best. And, you know, like, I only got a limited amount of, you know, of fucking musical talent. So, you know.
Because it's not hard to sound like a dime.
Oh, baby. You know, I will always go Britney Spears, David.
Yeah, but why do you dress up, too?
Because, you know.
If I
hide these legs, like, dude, it's not. I mean, it's just it's a crime. It's a crime. How dare you? How dare you? You know.
I've seen your legs.
Yeah, so yeah. So anyways, like, how dare you? First of all.
Hey, what happened to the porno? It's
none of your business. I like this frame. Okay. This frame shows a lot of power.
Yeah.
And it shows a lot of group activity, where I think humanity can show a lot of unity.
We can work together.
Yeah, we can work together. We can work together for good
We can work together and still get fucked by the fucking world.
The problem is that
go backwards 30 years ago.
We don't have discussions about ideas anymore, man.
We don't.
It goes, you're either with me or you're totally my enemy.
But I think that's necessary to weed out.
If you don't agree with me, I shut down. Well, that's not a discussion.
I think that's just. I hope that that's a natural progression of tribalism expressing itself, and it'll figure itself out in the future. I don't know what it'll look like, but go back 30 years and whatever those things people were discussing at the time that were their big issues, had no clue that this was what we'd be talking about right now. And to transition to potentially the new dad over here, 30 years from now, what your kid's going to be like discussing, what's that fucking world look like? I can't even imagine what the fuck, like, language right now is a poor device to communicate ideas. It takes a lot of time to fucking formulate your idea. It's funneled into just one voice, and then it can be taken and misconstrued in so many ways because of the way the world is now. I have no clue what the future in 30 years is going to look like. Mm-hmm. You might fart,
but
and that turns into fucking.
A lot of fucking people nowadays think that it's worse now. It's like there are stuff that's a lot of the same, and unfortunately, there's a lot of the same stuff that's going on now. But people think that it's worse now because we have better communication. We have social media now, so if we see something now, we go, it's worse. It's like it's not worse. It's about the same.
It's not worse. It's the same, but it just got magnified a whole lot, and
exactly.
then it seems like it is
to the point where it doesn't matter where part of the world you're at. As long as you have internet, you can know exactly what's going on the opposite side of the world.
Dude, yeah, for real. Like you swear that there are things that are worse nowadays. And then you look back in history, it's like that just shows us how out of touch we are. Because people think like, because the saying is like, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, if you fucking see history, you see how much worse it was. Mm-hmm. Like nowadays, you can't see shit.
Yeah.
You can't say shit.
Dude, I saw an article, I don't know, maybe.
Words before, sorry. But fucking, but words have become something that's like, any little word before we'd be like, words don't mean shit. Now any little word is everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say what you're saying?
I was gonna say that I saw an article maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and it said that the U.S. is like the third worst country for women. It's like What
So
the
ridiculous.
fuck are you even talking about?
Where did you take this fucking test? What
Like,
is going on?
who answered
took
this?
that?
Who
No.
the fuck was 1 and 2?
It was, I don't know. It was probably like Saudi Arabia and some fucking Middle East country. It's
The
like,
ones that circumcise and
fucking female
It's just-
genital mutilation.
There's
It's
a generation of people that because they don't know anything else other than what's now, it's the worst. Everything's the worst. And
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, people now think like here's the worst. Here right now is the worst. We're living in the worst time. I've actually heard we're living in the worst time of racism. It's like, are you
What?
fucking
What are you-
kidding me,
Yeah.
dude?
They
Like,
used to hang motherfuckers.
are you fucking
trees?
kidding me?
What
It's
do
like,
you-
it's like, meanwhile we see fucking millionaires on TV. It was like, that fucker has more than I will ever have in my fucking life. Oh, but that's just one. That doesn't mean the whole community. It's like you sit there and you think, oh, we need representation on TV, and this is why fucking all these movies come out and all this stuff. Is like, I don't have representation on TV, and I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, who's a big Latino right now? Jennifer Lopez.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who else?
I don't care. Dude.
Alex Rodriguez.
I guess,
maybe.
yeah.
the dude from Training Day that always plays a fucking cholo. He's
He's not
like-
even Mexican. He's Australian. I know which guy you're talking about. The guy with the mustache.
The guy with the fucking thick ass mustache?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in,
I'll
like, a
talk
bunch
to her
of
right now.
Jim
Hey,
Carrey movies.
right now, like the guy who played Pablo Escobar in Blow. He's Australian. That guy, dude. But Lalo, how many powerful Latinos you know right now in the entertainment business?
None.
Ese güey that's like
Star Wars guy.
No.
Diego Luna.
It's the only one I can think
Maybe Gael Garcia Bernal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's a pretty powerful Latino.
He's still famous?
Yeah, he's in that one.
Dude, he's been doing a lot of European.
He's a great actor, and he's a great actor. But
You
my
should be
point,
acting
my
in
point
Mexico.
being,
Enjoy it. We have Ernie Reyes Jr. Fuck you. Like, what the fuck?
exactly. hey,
the fuck
hey. You know what? You should be. That's it. And people will be like, "That's exactly the power of racism. How much fucking, how much representation do you have?"
It's like, who
It's
gives
like-
a fuck?
Who gives a
When it comes
fuck,
into
dude?
the political scheme of the U.S., when it comes, there's a Latino politician, I become very skeptical. I don't trust
Why?
Latino politicians. Well, like here, like let's
That's
talk.
an
like,
interesting
let's talk
point.
Specifically.
Let's
Is there
let's
like
talk about let's talk about the microscopic here in San Jose. Ron Gonzalez, I didn't like him. I think he did a lot. He did a lot of good things, just like he did a lot of bad things. When it comes to the overall things, like I don't trust the two twin brothers who are from Texas. I think I forget their names. I think they're from Texas or Florida.
I don't know.
I just honestly don't I don't trust Latino politicians.
Jesus.
I
Well, I don't know any-
Why do you have that opinion?
Because the reason why a lot of Latino politicians really make it to where they're at is because they run on the base of like, I'm a Latino, I'm for Latinos.
Yeah.
And I think they are not.
Yeah.
They're not really in touch with that Latino culture. They just use their last name to get that Latino vote.
But I mean, isn't that
Well-
true for all politicians anyway? They
I'm
just
not
kind
white.
of-
I don't know.
Should they be?
Should it be what?
I mean, does that matter? That whether they're for the Mexican people?
You're just saying
No,
they just happen to be.
It should
Yeah.
because
Because if I'm a politician, I want everybody to succeed. I mean, I'm not gonna say, hey, well, this
That is
group's
true.
gotta go.
Are you announcing
that,
your
No,
okay.
your
fuck
next
no. Hold on,
candidacy
hold
for right
Fuck
now?
no.
I get your point.
You know how many sex?
I get your
Sex
point.
tapes and
If
shit?
you run here as a politician, you're gonna
Just got
go.
me too.
You're
I don't know. I don't want someone looking through my Facebook and shit,
Yeah,
dude.
cancel
But-
culture.
the point. I know. I get your point. If you're running as a politician, you're going for all the people, not just a specific ethnic or Latino, Mexican, whatever. I get it. Yes, that is true. But most of them make it to where they're at because that's how they ran. That's why Ron Gonzalez became San Jose City Mayor, because he ran on the whole Latino thing, and he didn't do a good job.
Do you think all politicians have some form of psychosis and narcissism?
Yes.
have to.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
They
They
have
have to.
To
That's
be
how.
that, to be the guy or the
'Cause-
girl.
Because I mean, politicians have so much power over people that they shouldn't have. I mean, why would there's nothing in my mind that tells me that I need to tell you motherfuckers how to live. There's nothing in my mind.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, for you to be a politician and be like, oh no, we need to do this, we can't do this, you can't do this, I need to tax this. It's crazy to me, dude.
So then what do we do if we don't want politicians? Do we just let everybody fucking figure it out?
We kill them all.
Kill them all, dude.
Like God sorted out.
See, like
hey, right now, David, we get our guns and we fucking shoot them all. That's what we do.
I didn't say that.
I spoke for you because I could read it. You know, if you guys are getting too serious and I need to fucking
if the FBI is listening, I did not say that.
So, as candidate Lalo, to potentially get the vote of our people, like, I don't know, man. Like,
well, first of all,
I think the question he's asking.
I would not run for any public service because we live in an age that if you fucking farted, it's already a red flag.
You're a Nazi.
Yeah,
I have pictures of you streaking. Just
yeah, exactly. I don't need
big old print.
I don't need to go down memory lane by force. No, but to me the biggest thing is public education. You know, like I don't think education after high school should be that expensive. It's not.
Yeah.
We live in California, the state that is.
I don't think we should pay for it.
I agree. We shouldn't. Now, if California wants to go green, where everything is, you know, let's invest a lot of money in public transportation. Because I could tell you that San Jose's public transportation sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about the rest of the state.
There's a lot of abuse in social services. That's what's happening, dude, and that's reality.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking money that goes in California. Like I said, I was talking to you earlier. My cousin, who's a teacher in Texas, and I was like, Texas, they start at 80 G's. He goes, I don't understand why the fuck California has so much debt. Like, what's going on here? It's like, there's a lot of social services, but unfortunately, a lot of these social services get abused, and that's just fucking, it is what it is. If they're there, humans are gonna fucking abuse them and stuff. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know?
It's not only that. That's a good chunk of it, but also what we're promising the retirees is fucking nuts, dude. All these people that work for the various counties, the fucking various jails, everybody under CalPERS, dude, we're paying hand over fist money, dude. I saw a couple days ago for like I think he was a warden or something, dude. We're paying like $300,000 a year for his retirement, and because he's a warden, he got to retire early on top of that. So we're looking at fucking 30 years or 40 years of paying him $300,000. It's just nuts how much retirement we're planning to give these people, and a lot of it's not funded. It's unfunded liabilities. So that means we're just sending the bill to my kids and my kids' kids to pay for retirement. It's just nuts. Like, these retirement plans wouldn't happen in the private sector. So why is it okay in the public sector? It's just nuts, dude.
Yeah, but private prison is a whole fucking.
No, well, I mean,
that's a whole different thing.
Well, I don't. Yeah, you're focusing on that, but I mean, public sector versus private sector.
As workers of the government or whatever, we're paying them cush jobs or whatever. Like,
talking about. Well, go ahead.
I didn't have a point. It's just I get what you're saying, that maybe it's a little over bloated how much we're. But at the same time, fuck, man. I don't know what the perfect system is, because
there isn't.
We need to have some sort of order, but then it's like you put anybody in power, people are going to be like, I'm going to take a little bit off the top because fucking be a little comfortable.
What's the perfect system? You're born, you live, and you die. No one has been able to break that pattern.
And nobody owes you a goddamn thing.
Fast forward 2,000 years from now, when our ancestors are having the same discussion, they're going like, yeah, the fucking people back in the day were having to vote for their, leaders or whatever.
I often think about that. Like, because as what we're saying right now, right? The very things that we're talking about right now, right? I often think about how history is going to remember 2019, 2018 and stuff, right? 2016 and on, and go, there are people, and I wonder this, go, you know what? Fucking after 2016, racism was worse than ever. Worse than ever. From 2016 to 2020, it was the worst than ever. And they go, we're living it right now. I go, no, it wasn't.
It's the greatest time to be a human being right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm not going to say that it's the worst than ever. But how is history going to... And I often question this now. Like, I sit there and I think about, like, history and stuff where they're telling us these things. It's like, well, this happened and this happened. It's like, did it? Or is that your perspective?
No.
Because there's a lot of perspectives that was happening around that time. And we are products of that now. And we go, it's not worse than ever. You know,
we're not racist people.
It used to be pretty bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know.
Yeah, you know.
I was saying, when was the last time you saw a public lynching?
Yeah, exactly.
Never,
exactly. And you go, it's worse than ever. But it's all a matter of opinion. And, you know, humans are going to fucking write this one day. Mm-hmm. And 100 years from now, dude, 2019, 2016, 2019, it was worse than ever. You know what? It was worse than after slavery. Because how do you say that? Because there was so many people that were fucking complaining about it.
There were so many offended people.
There were so many offended people. You know? Yeah. I'm hoping that 100 years from now we go, fuck, dude, that was a great time.
There was a bunch of fucking idiots.
There was a lot. There was a lot of offended culture and cancel culture that goes, dude, it was the worst ever.
I'll give you
really
5 years. I'll give you 5 years.
No, but I often think about that. How will history remember it?
Well, so thinking about that, and I wanted to transition earlier, but congratulations, you found out lady's pregnant.
Yeah, man.
So
wait, say that again. I'm gonna cut into it. Say it again.
Highlight.
Congratulations on finding out you guys are pregnant.
Thank you.
Wait, who? Me and who?
Ceci and Juan over here.
Me and you.
Oh. Yeah,
so
Juan is.
Congrats, man.
Which one's the daddy?
Juan is carrying the baby.
Daddy Juan.
Right. Hey Juan, you can't drink no more beer. You're carrying a baby.
I'd rather die. Thank you.
Does that trip you out in that? Because we're talking about the future and potentially what that looks like for your child.
Well, I appreciate the shout out and everything, and I honestly, it doesn't change my mind. I actually think the same way I do. I will not teach because we found out it's
9 months later. Like
no, we found out it's a girl, but I will never teach my daughter how to be a victim, how to be offended, that the world is not perfect, and you will have bad times. You will have good times, but you will have bad times. And I think I often think about what faults we teach our kids nowadays. And like I said, one of the things is like, I will not teach my kid that it's a perfect world, because it's not. The very things that we talk about in this podcast is, it's not a perfect world. And you know what? You may at sometimes situations do all the right things and it will go bad. You know, I think especially being a generation where my parents weren't, don't know, for instance, the school system here. I will teach my kid, hey, I know what it's like to be a student here. You know, my parents didn't have that advantage, and I will teach them that it's not a perfect world, that there is a good world, there is a bad world, and I will try to be as truthful as I could, as honest as I can to them, to her, because we now know it's a her.
Oh, you don't know that.
What?
She might choose her sex later. You don't know that.
No,
you can't assume it's a girl.
You just assumed your baby's gender in this culture, bro. Like,
I'm highly offended.
I'm offended right now.
The baby's. I'm offended for the
know.
I will teach her to fucking call each and every one of you cunts, and that cunt is an acceptable word, and I will shoot it out. Cunt.
Mi papá me dijo que yo eres un cunt.
Eres una cunt.
But it's one of those things, and I don't have any kids, but do you look at everything now?
I do.
Like,
I honestly, even the stuff that we're discussing right now,
it's like a love
I
letter.
I really think about stuff like this, and I go, how do I explain it to my child?
Yep.
There are things that I can't explain to my kid. They're just ways. They're just the ways of the world that just are. Like I can't explain it.
How crazy is that like if your kid would listen to this, go, what was my dad's fucking point of view at the time? You know, like
why was he watching porn with a bunch of guys?
I was watching dirty women, and you will not be one of these. How was what?
No, it just. I mean, it's like you get to have this time capsule to say fucking whatever to your future kid. Like that. This is a forum for that. Like, how crazy is that,
dude? I'm actually taking advantage of today's technology, and we're actually I'm actually trying to develop a little bit of a video blog to our kid to go, this is the world before you were born. Yeah, this is what's going on. And I record me and Ceci and go, hey, you know what? This is the world before you were born. This is what we are.
How we made you. You know what you do? Start collecting news clips.
I do. We develop a way of going, this is the world is before you were born. And dude, honestly, I wish I would have had that before I was born, you know, like, and I will document, hey, the day you were born, this was happening, this was going on, you know.
And you're sitting there going, save us.
Yeah.
It's so fucked right now.
She's the one.
You're the one. You're Neo.
You're Neo. You're the one that saved her.
She's Nia.
You will fly when you get here.
Nia Xer or something stupid, dude.
Yeah. I actually reached out to someone else in this podcast today, which is David, who has a daughter who's his oldest, and I was like, "Hey, David, what's up? Like, how is it being a father to a daughter?" And he did not help at all. At all. He did not help at all. He was like, "She's 11. I don't know what the fuck is going on."
The crazy thing with kids, dude, you can do all the right shit. And it might not be enough, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I've
you're not.
Do you have to just come to terms with that as a parent? Like, I'm doing everything the best I can.
Well, but the thing is that's not what I asked you, dude. I asked you, what is the positives about being a father to a daughter? And you were like, I don't know. She's like 11. I don't know what the fuck is going on. He's like, what are the wonders? And I go, what are the wonders? And I'm sitting there like all positive, like, yeah. He's all, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. She's like 11 years old, and I'm still trying to figure it out, dude. I'm like, wow.
No, being a parent is hard, dude. Being a parent is hard, but
make me feel better.
It's worth it, dude.
Make me feel better.
It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Oh, is it? Oh,
no, it definitely is.
A lot better than earlier.
Hey, Juan. This is beer talking.
Yeah. Now it's honesty talking. Can I get you another beer so you fucking be honest?
No, I'm good. I think I just. I don't know
okay, well then, father daughter, let's hear it. Come on, spill it.
It's crazy. Just the emotions that you're gonna go through.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, dude, you're actually ahead because you're thinking way ahead of where I was.
Really? In terms of what?
As far as what you're doing and stuff like that.
Like
you
what?
know, when I found out we were pregnant and shit, I was like, dude, what the fuck? What did I get myself into? You know?
Yeah.
It's like I was totally unprepared.
Yeah.
I was I was a little bit younger. I was like, what?
I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm totally more, and I'm older than you. Yeah.
I was like fucking 25.
25?
Yeah. I was 25. I was like, dude, what the?
Do you have any seeds of like wisdom to fucking hand this guy as he navigates?
Yeah, that's what I was asking before, David.
So seeds of
David.
wisdom.
Oh, you're such a fountain of knowledge right now. Look at
you. Me, I like to live in the moment. You know,
yeah,
I spend time with my kids.
That's encouraging, right there. Yeah,
I like to spend time with my kids. And
he's trying to help you right now.
I want to hear this.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of people, from what I see, they like to live behind a fucking camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
record the moment that they're never gonna fucking look at again.
But I'd rather ditch the camera and be there.
I get it.
Actually see it instead of record it. You know, to me, it's a little bit different. You know, but everybody's fucking different.
I get it.
You know?
Okay, so you have daughters and you have sons, right?
Yeah.
You have a son.
I have one son. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and then
give me the advantages of daughters over sons. Go now. Go.
The advantages of daughters over sons.
Yes. Did you not know you'd be on this podcast?
I didn't know you were gonna ask me tough questions, dude.
Oh,
He's all with gun questions all day.
I fucking asked him, what did you learn from that last podcast? He was like, I'll get back to you. Like, it's an essay question. Like, I'll get back to you. That's a good question. Yeah. No.
Let's go. Just go back to easy shit like guns.
Let's talk about guns.
Let's talk about guns.
Let's figure that out. That's a lot easier than.
I'll kill them all.
And let God sort it out.
Okay, this is stuff that worries me. Look at this guy, dude. Like, I asked him a simple question. Daughters, how's that going?
Man, daughters are different, dude. My son's so much easier to deal with. Well, not to deal with.
Oh,
yeah.
You made me feel so much better right
now. No, you're okay with a son.
Yeah,
you got one dick to worry
about.
Has
nothing to do with me.
You got one dick to worry about.
Has nothing to do with me.
Shut up. Let me.
You literally got one dick to worry about. With daughters, you got all the fucking dicks to worry about.
I feel so much better now. Thank you so much. Yeah.
A little bit
this
of wisdom.
This is your firstborn, right? And she's like, what, 11 now?
She's 11.
Good. Yeah.
Have you taken her gun ranges?
I've not.
Are you planning to show her how
I want to.
Yeah. What age do you feel like that's?
I probably should have done it already, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I got him a little BB gun fucking years ago, and you know, I kind of taught her the safety rules and shit.
Like they understand gun culture and how to be safe with it, or just respect
she does,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, I taught her just respect for the guns and shit like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I haven't taken it a step further than that. I should have.
I'm down. If I had a daughter, I'm fucking learn jujitsu, learn how to fucking handle a gun, take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's just giving her another tool so that she can take care of herself, so she doesn't need a man.
But you haven't taught her that yet.
Huh?
You haven't taught her that yet.
No, it's one of the things, you know.
So what the fuck does that do?
It doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Does it trip you out that, like, the subconscious things you do influence them more than the conscious things you do?
No, absolutely.
Because it's like, our behaviors, they model that shit after us. Because I'm only speaking from experience as a child of other parents. And I go, in my 30s going, fuck, I'm an asshole because my parents were assholes.
Yeah.
They didn't get shit right. And I'm figuring this shit out now.
Yeah.
Versus all the times they tried to teach me stuff. My dad taught me how to fish. But it was more the lessons.
The best thing of having a daughter is that I'm not going to have a Chris. You're
happy if as long as it's not a Chris.
Is she already at advantage right now, dude?
Bitch. But I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know if I'll ever have them. I'm not sure about that. But it's a trip that, like, the things you do and you role model are the things that are going to create the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, try not to fuck it up.
So then I think that comes back to the self and responsibility of the self, which I always come back to. Own your own behaviors first, because then everything else happens after that.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yes,
you can sit there and point blame at somebody else.
That's the one thing I know for sure is that Ceci, her mother, and I have a great relationship. And one thing I would try to teach now that I know I'm going to have a daughter is that if you ain't with somebody that I am, and I treat your mother with a lot of respect, a lot of dignity, and we run this household as a unit, there's a lot of things as a father that you should recognize and think, if the guy that I'm with isn't this, you know, don't be with him. You know what I mean? Because my girl's dad he had three daughters, you know? And we sit there and we talk about how fathers affect us. And I think that because I consider my uncle as a second father, you know? Mm-hmm. And I want to think that the way that he was is like a good example to think like, hey, he always treated my aunt with a lot of, you know, respect, love, dignity, and all that. And my dad was always there and stuff. So it's like, I want my daughter to know that, hey, if a guy's not treating you like this, she's not worth being with. That's the thing. It's like, a positive male influence is very important, and I plan to be that. You know, I plan to be that.
You set the standard for which she will look at all other men.
Yeah, and it better be high up, and that's my job.
Yeah,
and I have a job.
Yeah,
and you know what? People may think this is like corny or whatever. It's like, the dogs, Chico and Ruby, have actually had a very fundamental. I feel like they have a very influential parental being on us, because like when we raised Ruby from a pup, and we spent sleepless nights, taking her out, and she's always gonna be dependent on us taking her out. We don't have a backyard, we can't just throw her in the backyard, so she's a very being of us that goes, dude, we gotta fucking take her out, we gotta fucking take care of her and this and that. Chico was a fucking hard adoption, and he came from a fucking background where it's like, you have to have the fundamental. My point is that you have to have the fundamentals there of raising them right. Don't fucking put out. Don't do stuff that pretty much makes things like bad habits go out there, and pretty much make bad habits a good thing. You know what I mean? I learned a lot this weekend. We had my girls.
Some other bitch.
Yeah, we had another bitch this weekend, which was, which was my girlfriend's dog that doesn't have as much training, and I struggled, because I was like, I raised my family to be a certain way. My dogs are a certain way because I sacrifice a lot. I sacrifice sleep. I sacrifice a lot. I sacrifice, like, eventually your daughter will learn how to go to the bathroom by herself. She'll learn how to feed herself. I have two beings in this household that I consider family members that will never have that. Never have that. They will always be dependent on us.
31 Saulos here.
Yeah. When
I heard the joke in my head,
my
but
monkey,
I didn't say it.
when my monkey Saulo's here, we have a third. But the fundamentals are there, especially because we don't have a backyard. Just can't send them back out. But it made me appreciate what I have. And
you gotta be grateful for what you have.
My family is like, thinks that I'm very strict on Chico and Ruby and stuff. It was like, I expect a certain thing from my family. You know what I mean?
I told you, tell him who is taking care of him, who is raising him.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do you think of Chico right now? What do you think of Ruby and Chico?
Well behaved.
What do you think of Ruby and Chico?
They're miles above from when you first got him to where he's at now.
Yeah. I can tell right now, they're way better behaved than some of the kids I see at the
because I'm very involved, and I plan to have that kind of involvement in my kid's life, because I already think about it. I already do think about it. I would go, when my kid is going to school, I'm gonna fucking be there. I'm gonna be there, fucking involved in school. And now it comes with age. You know what I mean? If I was 21, I might not think this way, but like, I'm 36, dude. I will think this way. I already think, dude, if my fucking kid's teacher needs something, I'm going to try my best to fucking be like, do the kids need crayons? Do the kid needs paper? I'll throw in, dude. Yeah. I am that way. And I'll make my kid earn. I always plan to make my kid earn. And I learned that because I think the dogs have made me have a training wheel in terms of, it's very fundamental, but it's the same shit. Have the kids earn, have them learn through you. They're gonna learn how to function in the world because of you, your influence.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. And just because David's the only dad here who
you are experience. That's why.
And so with that in mind,
yeah,
with all of the best intentions, do you still like feel like, despite all that, you have to be okay and accept that you're gonna fuck shit up? Like, I don't know, I don't have kids, but being a kid of other people, like going, they did their best.
You mean your
but
parents?
They still, my parents, they did their best. They still fucked it up, and it's like, what does it feel like on that end? Is that a truth? Is that a thing where you do your best and there's still things you fuck up?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about that with Juan a little while ago, you know, when we were off air. Hey, you could do the best, but ultimately it's going to be up to the kids. I mean, that's a separate person with a separate personality, you know?
Yeah, like you just have to accept that as a truth.
But
like,
dude, just David being there and always being, they learn shit off.
Oh, yeah.
All your kids learn something off of you.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
It's not you going, hey, look at me right now and remember this. It's just you being there, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a child, but do you agree it's just all about being consistent?
Yeah.
Yeah, and being there, and being there.
Yeah, you gotta be there. You gotta be consistent. I can't. Be involved.
I've already, dude. My kid's not even born yet, and I can't imagine abandoning.
Yeah.
My kid.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine it, and I'm sure David, you feel the same way and stuff because you've always been there. So it's like, I can't imagine that. Like,
because that's my fear. Is again, I don't know if I'm gonna have a kid or not. I don't fucking know. I'm not at that place yet, but if I do, I feel like fuck.
No,
with all of the best intentions. Yeah, I know, right? It's just self-defeatist already. But I'll have all the same best intentions, but I'm terrified of the fact that I'm going to get it wrong no matter what.
I'm terrified now, dude.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
I'll
be honest. I explain this as this, and I'm sure David, because you're the only father we've had it on this fucking podcast so far, but I describe it as this. I'm Terrixcited. I'm terrified, but I'm excited at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's terrifying, but I'm excited. But I'm only terrified to go. I'm like Walter White in the fucking very last scene of fucking Breaking Bad, right? He's like, just let me get through this and I'll handle all the rest. Like, I'm like, just give me a healthy child and I'll handle the rest.
That's all that matters.
Like,
really.
that's all I want. That's
cool.
all I want. Just give me a healthy child and I will handle the rest. Because I plan to be fully dedicated, fully the way I am with my unit, with my family, with my pack, with everything now. Stuff like I plan to fucking fully be that way, because I don't give a fuck about anything else now. Honestly, don't.
Cool.
I want to be, and I know that it's a daughter now, and it's like, there are some things that I'm actually relieved about, because I just want my kid to be healthy. That's all I want. And I will teach her whatever I can to be a great human being, you know? That's all I can do. That's all you can do. Yeah. That's all I can do. But I will be dedicated enough to do as best as I can, and that's all I can give, you know? That's I'm Terrixcited. You could name this podcast Terrixcited. I'm terrified and excited. But I think a lot of fathers...
You're probably never going to lose that either.
Yeah, you know what? Were you anything else but every time your girl was pregnant?
No.
Terrixcited, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
terrifying and exciting.
That's a good description of it, dude.
Yeah. And you have 3 now, right?
I've got 3, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm open to any and all ideas. Yeah. And
David,
dude, I think of everything. I think about, honestly... and this is where I think a lot of people fucking go, oh, you just have a kid and blah, blah, blah. But I honestly think, dude, how am I going to explain the world to my kid? I think, how am I going to fucking have chores for my kid where I teach my kid fucking earn everything. That's the most important thing I think you could teach your kid. Earn everything, have a good education, and earn everything. Life's gonna suck sometimes, but you're gonna fucking earn, dude. And you know what? Even here at the house, you're gonna earn shit. You know.
Let me ask you this: are you gonna teach her English or Spanish?
Both. You know what? We're gonna actually. I've already thought about this. We're gonna speak a lot of Spanish here, and Spanish is gonna be her first language for sure, because I want her to learn Spanish, and English she can learn as a kid, as I did. Cause dude, my first language was Spanish with my parents, and I actually want my mom, because she's down the street and she can fucking babysit her. I want her to learn Spanish, dude. And you know what, Lisa, Lisa's actually said, I will teach your kid how to speak Hindi. And I'm like, that's good. I would love my kid to be trilingual. That'd be fucking great. Any language you could teach my kid. English, Spanish, Hindi, German, everything.
She's going to speak Bigfoot. She's
politician Juan over here pandering to the Hispanic listeners. No, I'm just kidding. No, apparently it's really good to teach them because language again is a poor tool to communicate ideas. When you teach them multiple languages,
dude, minimal. My kid will be bilingual.
Yeah, when you teach
I already told my girl, we're gonna speak a lot of Spanish here.
When you teach them multiple languages, it has the neurons connect in multiple ways, so they think of ideas in different ways, so they can approach an idea from different angles.
Absolutely. So I would be very disappointed if my kid does not know Spanish. My kid has to know Spanish.
That's good.
A huevo. Has to know Spanish. And that is that's just my ideal.
Like one of my cousins from Canada. She was born in Mexico. She was taken to Canada. She learned French and English. Mm-hmm. She is not, as far as I know, she's not teaching her daughter Spanish. And it's like, oh man,
it's a shame.
It's a shame because if one day, I mean, clearly I speak English, but like the rest of my family that speak Spanish, if one day they meet her or if they have already,
there's there's a relief when I actually learned that it was gonna be a daughter. For some reason, I actually thought it's gonna be easier to teach her mental stuff.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know what? Thanks, David, for this because I am sure you told me this with your eyes, but not anything else. But I know that for now, and I even told Ceci today, this very day, I was like, we're gonna speak all Spanish in this house because with her both grandmas, she's gonna speak Spanish. Spanish, right? Mm-hmm. I remember the last 2 years I had fucking season tickets to the Raiders. There was a guy behind me. He had like a Puerto Rican accent, and he would fucking bring his it looked like his granddaughter, and fucking he would fucking tell her, ¿Quieres agua? You want water? And she'd be like, yeah. He's like, dime en español. Quiero agua. Okay, there you go. And this and that. And I was like, that's gonna be me right there because I knew. And like behind me, I listen to the world and I go, that's going to be me right there. I'm going to fucking teach her Spanish. Like, there's no way that my fucking kid is not going to know Spanish. There's no fucking way. If I have to teach her fucking Spanish every fucking day, and I remember there's this movie, I think it was called Tortilla Soup, where it's like, he didn't allow nothing but Spanish in his house. And like outside, we'll speak whatever. But in my house, you will speak Spanish, dude. Like my kid has to know Spanish.
If you want her to learn Chilango, just call me.
There you go. Yeah, you will speak Spanish to my kid, dude. And there's something about having a daughter that was like, I feel like that'd be easier than teaching my kid a son. I don't know. It just is. It's just my opinion.
Because I do believe that the culture is lost when language is not learned. Language carries culture.
Yep.
It's you could tell. I've met people that say otherwise. Oh well, when you go to school, you learn it. No, it's not the same.
Do you know there and I actually looked this up. There are children's book that there's a little children's book that teach like Disney stories or whatever. There's a little children's book that like teach you Cuauhtémoc, Selena, El Chavo. La Loteria, Frida Kahlo.
Yeah.
They're like little 8-page books of like, dude, like they teach you that shit, and like I plan to fucking buy all of them.
I think my sister-in-law has some of those books that my wife got. Like it's like children's books about the story about them. It's kind of cool. Right?
Dude, there's one about Selena, dude. Like,
I do anything for Selena. Dude.
Cuauhtémoc, La Loteria, El Chavo.
No, I think I seen one about la story.
Yeah, I'll show you guys some. It's like, and I plan to buy all of them. Yeah. One of the we didn't have a gender reveal because we really made.
Because you're not white.
But Ceci's parents are going out of town. They're a little older. We really love how involved they are. But so we had her sister reveal it to us and stuff, right? And she gave us a book about important women in history,
Oh, that's cool.
And fucking
How thin was that book? I'm just kidding.
Damn. I still, and you know what? I'm having a daughter, and you know what? I still find that joke funny. That's hilarious. It was one page.
That was
one of them was Amelia Earhart. So you just know.
David, why would you say such fucking?
Because I bought my girls like fucking 3 volumes of that shit. I mean, they're like 80 pages.
It was 3 pages.
No, you'd be surprised, dude. You'd be surprised how many women are behind a lot of the shit that they don't even get credit
Again,
for.
It's his story, man.
Yeah.
And that's to say, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more.
Oh yeah. There's tons of that you've never even heard of.
Well, that's the idea. Is we want to raise strong daughters so that they're not subject to the fucking wiles of weakness.
And I will never teach.
That's the goal.
Like I said, I'll never
better society.
I'll never teach my daughter to be a victim.
I'll probably send you a link to those books, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Send me anything, dude. And like I said, I promise not to.
Lazy motherfucker. You need like 2
I'll
billion.
get you the
still email it,
dude. I will. Like I said, I promise. If it's on the podcast, I will never teach my daughter to be a victim.
Yeah.
You rise above. You work hard. And you work for what you want. That's what I'm going to teach my fucking kid. No matter what. If it's a boy, if it's a girl. But obviously I know it's a girl now. But it's like. You know what's funny? It's like we got the results. We got the results. It's most likely going to be a girl. It's like, it would be funny. We have all this preparation. All of a sudden we fucking. It pops out as a boy. I was like, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, I thought
you guys said.
Just like daddy. Fucking little kid.
I'm such a dick. All of a sudden, David's got jokes. Okay, we stopped talking about guns and he's got jokes. That's why we had you sit in, bro. That's why we had you sit in. But yeah, man. I mean, what can I tell you? Like, I didn't want to have, because, you know, we had a whole gender reveal with my parents. I didn't want to make a big old deal about it, you know? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to share it with our parents, you know? And our parents are up there, you know, so especially Ceci's parents, they're over the moon right now, which I love.
That's cool,
dude. They went out of town. They just bought all kinds of shit for our daughter. You know, it's like I can't even believe I'm saying my daughter already. I tell you, the new Tool album came out, so it's all good, dude.
I know. I fucking hate you because you got it. Is it good?
Oh, you already have it?
Dude, it's streaming. What are you talking about? We all have it.
I don't believe in streaming.
What, Spotify
I believe in
You don't believe in streaming? It happens.
It happens. We were just streaming porn a little while ago.
I'm streaming you now.
Hey, I don't believe in Scientology. It's still out there.
Yeah, hold on. You know, yeah. Holy shit. What fucking revolutionary you are.
Take away.
So, hold on. So, hey, you haven't heard it?
No. I haven't had the privilege.
I heard one song, Inoculum Fear Inoculum, whatever that is.
Yeah.
13 years to hear the same fucking chord progressions. I'm sorry. I love Tool conceptually, but...
Are they power chords?
It's all drop D.
Listen,
and it's a very slow...
Highlight. Okay. Listen to me, you cunt. Okay, listen to me. Okay. You can say... And I could go both ways. Oh, it's the same shit. Blah, blah, blah. Or I can say, you know what? It keeps music alive because it keeps musicians trying forward. Because that album makes fucking people keep trying forward.
I haven't heard the album, so I'm only going off of one song.
Then what the fuck are you talking
and what
about?
I'm saying is, off that
then
one song...
Then you should not talk.
After that one
song... You should have your fucking tongue cut out.
This is Tool fans, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with you guys.
If I had to...
I love Tool, but the way Tool fans...
Why?
About Tool,
why?
You said but...
Conceptually. I'll handle this.
Go ahead.
Why?
It's like I'm talking about his baby.
Why do you like Tool?
I like Tool because conceptually, I like the multi-layers that are happening.
Yeah. Check.
But from a musical standpoint, the guitar work is like middle school.
Blasphemy.
Like, I'm just gonna be
Have
honest.
you heard the new album?
Drummer's amazing. Bass player's amazing. Maynard's lyrical styles are amazing. Maybe. It is what it is. But, wow. From a guitar standpoint, to me,
What do
I
you
find
give
it
a
lacking.
fuck? You're not a guitarist anymore.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. Like, if I can play it,
Can you?
give me the tabs. I'll figure that shit out. It's not that hard. Drop D, and then you just have weird time signatures and hammer-ons. So, no, I'm not trying to shit on Tool.
How does that differentiate from any other band?
When I look at bands like Infant Annihilator,
but Tool keeps
Rings
its
of Saturn
own style.
Archfire.
Here's the hold on. Let me argue this though. Tool, right, is the fucking kind of band that goes, okay, there's a lot of people that go this way towards the trend, right? But this kid is the kid that goes, this is the thing, right? Tool is the fucking kind of band that goes, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah.
No matter what the trend
cool.
is.
I like it.
No matter what the trend is, right? I'm gonna fucking go do this, and I'm gonna fucking keep to my own style. Where other bands, I go, I'm gonna play guitar because this is the way the trend is going. This is the way the trend is going, and they fucking keep a certain way, and they keep a certain way towards the fact that they're still their own way, and everybody will go, no matter what I'm going. What's this weird kid doing? I like what he's doing though.
No,
I like what this kid's doing. He's weird, but I like what this kid's doing.
I like
and
it,
fucking,
and I want to like it, but the way I
nostalgic. It's the only thing, and I'll make this argument. It's like the only thing that the fucking people like us, especially in our generation, will go back and go, it's still good music.
Yeah.
It's still, you kept to it. You didn't keep up with trends. You didn't keep up with fads. This is still Tool.
I think I got it. So
this is still your own genre. And I would argue that a lot of people would fucking go, and I would, and even I would like bands and go, you know, they're trying to sound like Tool right now. But
Dude,
Tool is
even
like
Deftones try for White Pony. The last 2-3 songs in the album, they purposely try to sound like Tool.
I forget. I have to go back. But I think I got it. So Tool, because I like them and I want to like them, but it's like marijuana to me because I like marijuana. I find value in it. But potheads won't shut the fuck up about marijuana, dude. It's just how I feel. Like, Tool is like constantly...
You're like a hipster in that sense. Like, it's not cool because everybody else thinks it's cool.
No.
It's
what
like,
I mean
it's like being a hipster, but you don't want to be a hipster.
No.
But,
what
dude,
I mean for
I
Tool,
listen to it and I go, dude, here's the thing. I listen to Slipknot, and now Slipknot to me used to mean, oh my god,
anger, whatever.
Oh my god, it was the shit. And you know, Iowa, the first album, Iowa was the shit. And I actually saw an article where Slipknot was like, oh, fucking Metallica after fucking Black Album. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You were that. You are that. To this day, you are that. And dude, you can't come back. Dude, I actually listened to the new Slipknot album, and I listened to all the fucking Slipknot stuff, and I'm like, you're terrible now. You're awful. Yeah. You're awful now. But there are a couple bands that can actually come back and go, dude, it's a fucking amazing thing. One of the fucking most amazing things to me that Tool can come back after, 12, 15 years and go, that's still Tool.
Well, apparently it was 10,000 days since the last time they put an album out.
Is it?
Yeah. Like roughly
awesome.
10,000.
That's awesome.
That's what I mean by I like conceptually what they are. But
even the new logo, if you actually turn it upside down, it's still the same logo.
That's cool.
And also because they took something, right? And this is what will always be legend to me. Lateralist is not supposed to be heard the way lateralist is fucking.
It's that different
6.
way.
It's supposed to go from 6, 7, and you're supposed to go.
It's a spiral
7.
outside.
You're supposed to go spiral. Like there's a way that you're supposed to. They actually challenge people, and not everybody fucking got it right.
That's what I like. I like that.
I like that, and it's like, dude, you know what? You listen to fucking Tool now, and you go, that's still the same fucking band. Yeah. That's still the same fucking band. And you know what? I respect, and I will fucking respect till the day I die. Is like, you know what? You're not a dead band, and because your shit finally went on streaming, all of your albums are top 10 plus your album, and you're not even a dead celebrity. The only people that do that are dead celebrities. Yeah. That is fucking awesome, dude. Danny Carey, who's the drummer, is like, I wanted this whole album to be one large track, which Meshuggah did like a couple years ago. It was like
33 and
but 30 catch 33. But it's like I listened to the album, and they're still Tool. It's still Tool. Yeah, cool. They are unforgivingly their own fucking thing, and I gotta respect that. Through times, through trends, through everything, they are still Tool.
Yeah, I still like parts about them.
There's no other band that can do that.
But is it not okay that I don't love them? Does that offend you? I'm sorry.
No, it's no. I'm just stating my case.
That's a fucking microaggression. I don't
I am only stating my case of why they have still stood the test of time and all that. But if you don't like it, it's your opinion, dude. Yeah. But I'm just saying that like they stay true to their ground. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do.
I
like a lot about them, but I
actually, you know what? You're gonna go, what the fuck? But I actually like the fact that we don't agree on that. That's cool.
No, that's cool. I love that. That's good.
I love that too. And I go, you know what I love about that is that I feel like when they put out Fear Inoculum, which is their new single, I feel like it's an added track to Lateralist.
Who's Tool?
Thank you. If you guys are still listening, we're about to do takeaways. We're gonna start with David.
My takeaway from this podcast is kids are actually a lot of joy. I mean, you'll see it. You'll see it. They're a lot of hard work, but they're a lot of joy, dude.
Thank you. Oh, finally something. I finally get something out of this motherfucker,
dude.
It's
a lot of hard work.
No shit.
It's a lot of hard work, but you will be happy.
Thank you.
You'll just have a lot of unconditional love, and you're gonna fucking earn it, and I'm sure the baby's gonna earn it too.
Thank you.
You will be happy.
Appreciate that. Saulo?
Juan, I'm fucking happy for you. You have a child, a daughter. It doesn't matter. A child. I know that you and Ceci having tried, and this is what you guys want. I'm fucking happy, dude. You're one of the best persons I know that could be a good father. Because from what we all talk about, and if you guys have listened to the podcast, you know that Juan will be a good role model.
Yep.
Even if he wasn't a father, he could be a great role model to somebody else. But I know you could be a good role model, and I'm happy for you.
And me and Chris will be there to show her how to handle guns and shit like that. So.
Jiu-jitsu.
Appreciate that, Chris.
And I'm not.
Oh, done. He's not
done. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And I am grateful that out of all the old podcasts that we had, you have porno going on. that was entertaining. That was great.
That was supposed to be part of the. I don't want to be subliminal.
I don't know why you stopped it, but I guess the movie was. I guess that orgy finish. And
the orgy finish.
That's Papa Juan.
Hey, all the guys finished. That's why I don't know what to tell you. All the guys finished.
He only has one movie. Yeah. Right.
You know, I had a shitty punchline, but after you saying that, like, for real, you're one of my favorite people in the fucking world, and I can't be happier for you, because
if anybody's David. That's an honor, David.
Wow. No, I mean, like, I love all you guys. I've known you guys for, what? I'm bad at time. 10, 15 years?
2 weeks.
Longer? 20 years?
I know you 2 weeks.
2 weeks. You just picked up a random Filipino. But, like, of people that I know, like, you're a solid fucking dude. And I always come to you with opinion. Like, if I don't have an opinion on something, I'm just curious what your input is. It helps me kind of figure out how to navigate the world. And that's a skill that I think is important as a leader, role model, as a father. Like, dude, your kid's the luckiest fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking awesome. So, but the punchline was, congrats on your daughter, and she's got to look forward to 2 Tool albums in her lifetime, so good for her.
Hey, they're gonna be good albums though, you cunt. All right, listen, as long as Danny Carey is fucking. All right, hold on. Yeah, keep going. That was a good one. That was a fucking great one, actually. It's like, you know what? And they'll still be going. You hear what this fuck said?
No, what did he say?
He's good. Your daughter's gonna have 2 Tool albums in her lifetime.
To look forward to, because it takes that
look
long
forward
to
to, yeah.
So
my child, if I ever have one, is gonna be born to rage against the machine.
I can hella see that too.
Jesus
Just the
Christ!
fist
35 fucking years too late. Well, it's all good. That's
your takeaway. I mean,
David, what's your takeaway? Do you need to think about that shit too? Because we asked you
first
earlier in this fucking podcast. We asked you earlier in this podcast what you think. Oh, come back to me because that
was regarding guns. He already did his takeaway, but
yeah, he did. You're the last one.
No, I appreciate you guys, even Saulo, who isn't here and stuff, and I appreciate any and all advice it takes to fucking raise. Now that I know a daughter. David, you were no help. Not let me tell you. You have how old is she? 11. You were not one inkling help.
Cool.
And she was 11.
That's 11. Actually a dad lesson to you. He's fucking transcending. He's teaching you some shit right now by withholding.
I'm dropping knowledge because you know what? I got blindsided, so I'm not trying to make it easy for you.
But I appreciate you guys, and you know what? They say it takes a village to raise a kid, and you know what? I appreciate any and all input, because it doesn't take just, hey, look at me and fucking look at what I'm doing here. It takes a village, quote unquote, to fucking raise a kid, whether it's a boy, it's a girl, I just want this being to be a good person, and I'm already in love with her. I'm already looking forward to these experiences. I'm already looking forward to all that I have coming, sleepless nights, and I'm not the type to go, oh fucking, like, my patience is wearing out.
Wait, are you talking about Saulo?
Yeah. Saulo, whenever she comes back, it's all good, and like, I really appreciate her change. Like, I love all that, like, she should fucking have everything we're exposed to and have the same rights. That's all I'm saying. She might be a little sore, but she's back, so I appreciate you guys. Hey, and David, thanks you for coming in. Don't cash that check until we fucking tell you to, because it might bounce. So don't cash that check. That's all I'm saying. But I'm happy to have you guys, and happy to have you, David, filling in.
Yep. Well, I appreciate the time.
Before we finish, let me ask you, David. How would you like to be like a part, or because so you live like within walking distance? How would you like to be one of a regular? Because I'm already thinking of like adding you on our.
I already see you as a villain. Like people are gonna hate you.
I'm just holding a fucking.
That's kind of what I thrive on. So
I'm already thinking
right up my alley.
You on the
cover, the
on
picture.
The cover, yeah. Because right now it's like four-headed creature.
Yeah.
I could come up with something creative. But how would you like to be?
You should come out of the pubes. I like you coming out of the pubes.
No, they call me the D, so. Kind of.
I already see the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully.
No, it's up to you. Cause you just you can crawl back to your place.
If that's all it takes, I guess so.
Yeah, it is done. All right,
we are going to have people that don't like guns in this.
I hope so.
Let's not talk about guns all the time. All right, people. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, Saulo will be back
Yeah.
You know, hopefully he's cured from his explosive gonorrhea. But, you know, he'll be back next time.
That gonorrhea is going to be around for a while, so don't hold your breath.
We're going to be wearing like those hazmat
suits.
Hazmat.
Yeah. It was ugly. It was ugly.
Well, we have a new member, David.
Yeah.
All right, people.
Just kidding.
Good night.